Hello again, chaps and chapettes. How are we all doing? It is lovely to see you all again, as always. Right, guys, two more kids have fallen prey to the whole diversity is a strength. Now, I don't know about you. I don't know how many more kids have to fall victim to the sharp end of immigration. Quite literally. When's it going to be enough? When is enough child sacrifice going to be enough for people to actually turn their heads and pull their heads out of their asses and realise that immigration is anything but a good thing for the country as a whole and for the safety of the people within it? I've no idea how many more it's going to take. Hundreds, if not thousands. But it's not going to be happening anytime soon, I can almost guarantee you. Particularly when we have stories such as this that broke earlier this afternoon over on GB News, under the headline of man, just man, just a faceless, generic man. Slashed the throat of a toddler, 2 years old, and the face of a schoolgirl, 8 years old, in horrific Sadiq Khan's London attack. Quelle fucking surprise. A man accused of slashing a toddler's throat and cutting a schoolgirl's face has appeared in court. Kulvinder Ram, local man, allegedly attacked two children aged 2 and 8 and a woman who tried to protect them at a house in Dagenham, East London. Ram faces 3 charges of attempted murder following the incident on October 25th. He appeared at Barkingside Magistrates Court where he was assisted by a Punjabi interpreter. Now this man here, let's just get this out of the road quickly. This man is 48 years old and he cannot grasp rudimentary English. What in the name of all its fuckery was he doing here in the first place? Did he break in on a boat? Considering his age, no, I think that's highly unlikely. What's more plausible is he came here when he was possibly in his 20s, maybe early 30s, to come here and study. Now, most of the time, what these people do is they enroll in a university or a college from India, Pakistan, some other shithole like that. They come here, they enroll in some sort of course, they bring their families over because that's allowed here. Amazingly, when you come here to study, you're allowed to bring mummy, you're allowed to bring daddy, granny, granddad, the whole shebang, the whole lot of them. You're allowed to bring them over. I've no idea why. I went to college. I'm pretty sure you went to college. I didn't feel a need to bring my mummy, my daddy, my nana and granddad with me. I was there to study, not to have a family gathering. But what they do, they bring them all over here, and as soon as they're settled, as soon as they get their flabby asses in social housing, they drop out of their courses. And, of course, they are allowed to stay here forevermore. These people are not thick. They know how to game the system. They enroll in a college course, pretending they're going to be studying for the next 5, 6 years, whatever. Bring mummy and daddy over, and once they're here and settled, drop out of the course, and they're able to keep their flabby, stinky asses in this country with impunity. It's an absolute joke. The court heard that the attack involved slashing the throat of a 2-year-old boy and cutting the girl's face from the corner of her mouth, from the corner of her mouth to her ear. What a lovely pillar of the community this man must be. I've got no idea why he's here. He should not be here. He should leave, either voluntary or by force. End of story. If you go around slashing kids, you have got no reason to be in a nice, safe, well, used to be safe, democratic country such as this. Get the fuck out. The woman reported to be in her 30s sustained injuries while attempting to shield the children with Ram's attacks. All 3 victims were treated in hospital for their stab wounds, which fortunately were not life-threatening. Now, I'm going to speak slightly in code here, guys. Some of the things I may be saying may come across as quite cryptic, but I have to keep within the boundaries of YouTube's terms of service, obviously. Otherwise, I'm going to be shot to shit and my channel will not exist anymore. But you are not stupid people. I know you are not stupid people. You will grasp exactly what I am saying to you, even without me saying it. Now, let me start by saying this. I would happily, gladly see this country going to financial ruin for 10, 15 years. We will come out the other side. We always have done. If it meant zero immigration. I mean, not just net zero, I mean zero. Close the borders completely. No one's allowed in, regardless of religion or skin colour. Nobody. I'd close them borders, suffer financial ruin for a little bit, because that's what everyone seems to think is going to happen if we stop immigration. The whole country's going to crumble, or the whole country's going to come to a standstill. I'm happy to go through that process. Something like the early 70s, when everyone was living on the breadline. I'd happily go through that to stop all immigration. Just think about it. Lee Rigby'd still be alive. The 7/7 bombings never would have happened. The Manchester bombings would never have happened. Them 3 schoolgirls in Southport would still be alive. These young children here would never have been slashed. That's a fair price to pay. Everyone to live on the breadline for 10, 15 years, simply to bring these people back from the dead who were killed by people who should not have been here. Now, let me tell you something else, guys, right? Say about 5, 10 years ago, I would say I was quite moderate when it came to things like this. Immigration, people being here who shouldn't be here. I was of the opinion, believe it or not, of, oh, c'est la vie, it's going to harm no one, that kind of a thing. I don't mind sharing my space with illegal immigrants in general. They're not too bad, yada, yada, yada. But I will tell you this, for nothing, I will tell you one thing. Over the last, I'd say about 5 years, that has completely gone. That has been shot to shit completely. I am down quite a dark rabbit hole when it comes to things like this now. I don't want people in this country, people, brackets, people. I expect and want, how can I put this? Got to be careful, for these people to be removed, either voluntary or by force. I'm not wishing harm on anybody. I'm not wishing violence or anything like that. But I am down a rabbit hole here. The moderation that I used to have within regards to immigration and people being here from other places has gone. I cannot tolerate it anymore. Some people on the outside of my little bubble would call me a far-right extremist, I suppose, if they could hear how I talk within my 4 walls of my home to my missus, that kind of a thing, would probably warrant a knock on the door by the old Bill. If people could hear how I spoke and how I spoke to my missus about immigration and the things that have happened during the last 10, 15 years in this country, all because of immigration. Yeah, like I say, that part of me is now gone. I'm not sure about you. I'm not sure how you feel about things like this. But again, I am no longer moderate. I am on the same wavelength as someone like Steve Laws. You all know his opinions on things like this, on certain people being here. I'm fully on board with him. Initially, I wasn't. I remember putting out a video, not so long back actually, about that Indian chap in the turban and what Steve Laws said about him. And I was against him then. I made a foolish error. I was very naive. I've only just recently come to realise how right he actually is. If certain people were in this country, certain things would never have happened, lives never would have been lost, end of story. And I do believe in the whole remigration thing. I'm not going to delve any deeper than that. I'm pretty sure you can tell the sort of person I am now. I'm pretty sure you follow the same example, but you're just not allowed to make it be known to anybody. I should have really done a video over on Rumble and just gone full throttle at this and express my mind the way I want to. But of course, I'm on YouTube and I can't do that. And it is very tiresome and, to be quite honest with you, very annoying and irritating that I can't express what's on my mind properly. I have to work in code and not say certain things and try and skate around what I actually want to say. I'm droning on. I'm just want you to know that, yeah, with me being moderate about 10 years ago, it's completely gone now. It's well and truly gone. I am right-wing. Let's just say that, to say the least. Anyway, guys, that's me lot. I just wanted to lay my cards on the table here because I am sick to absolute death of seeing children being the victim in all this. It's all very well someone of my age, an adult, being stabbed or butchered in the middle of the street. It's fucking terrible as it is. But when kids start getting involved, yeah, the feelings that I have inside me at the moment start to ramp up tenfold. I'm not sure about you. It's been 10 minutes, guys. I do apologise for the long video. Do let me know what you think in the comments. Try and keep it nice and within YouTube's rules. Otherwise, I'll bear the brunt of the "no, you're a naughty boy," slap on the wrist, all that shit. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. What was this fucker doing here in the first place? Slashing away at kids. It can't be allowed to happen. It never used to happen 30, 40 years ago, but now, of course, with the open border policy that we've had for the past 20, 30 years, it's going to keep happening more and more until someone actually steps up and starts doing something about it. I'm not talking about a demonstration. I'm not talking about a riot. I'm talking about a month, 2 months, 3 months, pure constant demonstrations, not just once here and there and that's it, be quiet and be done with it. It needs to be consistent all the time. Non-violent, just protest. Anyway, I am going to go now, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.